Luminosity to do right here off the rip. We're kicking things off. It's going to be with John of LG.
Well, as we said, we talked about John a little bit at the beginning of this game, and he's one of these players that consistent numbers seems to be his game. You know, just playing a solid game every single time, and it's nice to have if you're LG. You know, you can trust John to always have a pretty decent game if you're the other teammates on his side. You know, I mean, JCap and Slacked, maybe not as consistent as John. We know Octane can either go super, super high or just average. I mean, he never really seems to have a bad game either. This Luminosity squad are very, very strong. We're going into it. Ghost Gaming with a fantastic start. It's going to be them with the only points on the board, 25 and rising as we go towards Statue. LG going to have another bite of the cherry here. Panda does take Slack down, so that's going to all go over towards Ghost Gaming, and that is a significantly better start than they had against TK in their previous series. So, starting a lot better already. Panda 4-1 from him, really good start. What I want to see is Mox and GodRx start going off it. We know if they can start playing well, then this team can really cause problems. But there is the man that we talk about, John picking up 2 at the back, Octane cleaning things up himself. Luminosity going to get on the board.
It's very impressive too that Ghost Gaming is able to snag 45 seconds just off the statue. I mean, that's insane. I didn't expect them to come out with that sort of fire, but now Luminosity trying to bounce back here. There's going to be a pinch coming on in, but John's going to shut that one down very quick. You have Ghost Gaming fighting from the more favorable spawns, just trying to flood on inside. They do take that hill control. One more player to worry about. It's going to be JCat. Goes for the dolphin dive inside. GodRx picks up the kill as now he's forced to go back. He's currently stunned. 2 players now from the side of LG trying to push into lights. Go for a little bit of a bait and switch here. John does fall. Panda's going to be able to pick up a kill. One more to worry about is going to be Slack. Ghost Gaming holding on strong here for the first 2 hills. 18 seconds still going to be going their way. LG look to get set up for the warehouse here, and this is Ghost Gaming's pick, and that's the initial thought in my head. They want to try to play this fast type game type, and against LG it's showing that confidence that they have. Like, you know what? We're going to go through with this map, and we're going to continue to pick this all tournament long. I think that was actually Gibraltar was banned out by Ghost Gaming, an AR heavy map. Valkyrie, a submachine gun map, banned out by LG too. So right now, Ghost Gaming is happy with the map set that we got in this one.
Okay, well, I mean, for me, when we look at this one, Ghost Gaming just playing fantastically well already, but at the same time, this is their 4th game of the day. Luminosity are yet to play. I feel as if Luminosity, once they get into the stride in this game, I still feel confident that they're going to take this map. The work by JCap just staying alive here, but it does seem as if Ghost Gaming are going to be able to flood on in. As said, they had a poor time against TK on this map last time out, and they're really proven that that might have been a fluke from them in a poor performance because they started fantastically here against Luminosity. Just about hit that 70-point mark, but Luminosity going to clear up most of the points on Doc's Warehouse. Really good job by them. Ghost Gaming kept them away for a while, but they're going to be able to set up at barrels. And can they defend this push from LG? Slacked in the middle, takes down Lacefield. Octane against Mox as well, and GodRx goes down against Slack. Slacked is one of those players as well that probably isn't talked about as much. It is mainly JCap and Octane that you talk about, and John and Slack sort of go under the radar a little bit, but good play by Slack there to get control of barrels. He's the one that instigated that push. Really good work from him. GodRx should be dead off that grenade, not quite. They aren't going to be able to break through, but Luminosity just about holding.
See now Panda and crew trying to push up the front. It will be Panda the first player inside the hill. Slack's going to be able to find 3 kills there in quick succession. So now he's just going to go and back up 100 points out for earning that fighter pilot as well. Needs to try to play his life. Over these next couple hills, he earns those streaks. It's going to be big for them. GodRx breaks through with an opening kill. His duo Panda is going to be able to take out Octane there as well. Panda, the former fill-in for Luminosity Gaming back at ESWC last year, trying to get a little bit of vengeance on, I'm not going to say his former team, but the team that he filled in with as well. A lot of people kind of shocked by him being the one to step in. That's last year. This is this year. He finds himself on Ghost Gaming now after some roster shuffles in Call of Duty World War II. But Luminosity, they've been able to bounce back, and this is what, if Luminosity hasn't played today, right? You sit here and they might get off to a slow start, but as the game just kind of picks up, they're able to make these adjustments, and that's where they can sort of coast to that finish line. This is going to be the biggest thing. Going into the second set of hills, is Ghost Gaming going to be able to keep up this performance? If so, we're going to have a ball game. If not, Luminosity's really just going to start thrashing. I
mean, in between Warehouse and Barrels, Ghost Gaming have picked up, what, 10 to 15 points here? So not very great work from them since then. Luminosity, though, didn't have a lot of points at Barrels, but they definitely had more than Ghost Gaming, and they are in the lead now as we go towards Duck's Crin. There's already 30 seconds of that gone and has been mainly in the control of Ghost Gaming, but Slack says something about that. 2 kills go in favor of him. Lacefield gets taken down by John after the trade out on the JCap. This could be an opportunity for LG to push and get this final 15 seconds. I think they're quite happy to set up a statue Ghost Gaming will have the lead as we go into the second half. Just about, actually maybe not. Luminosity are going to pick up that final few kills and points on Crane. So, moving into the second rotation, an evenly poised game. Luminosity, after a slow start, have clawed their way back into this and have a very slight lead as we go into the second rotation.
I don't think we have streaks coming from either side as
Is it at all possible? I think it's Brian there now that I could get a bit more of my voice in my ear, if possible.
So as you see now, back into this game, 12 points in favor of Luminosity as it continues to rise. Pander trying to get some shots there, and JCap not going to be able to. He is attacked from behind. Now this is where Luminosity gets scared. They have somebody just soaking up the stuff inside of the hill, and now you have Luminosity slaying outside. Godorex doing everything he can to play his life. Do the LG players know he's here? Premature shots coming in from there. John's going to be there for that bait and switch. They take him out. Ghost Gaming, though, looks like they're going to lock up the last 17 seconds here of the statue.
Okay, sorry. Bit of a technical issue that I seem to be causing there as we go into this game. I just wanted to mute you, Dirk. I wanted everyone to hear what I was saying in the production.
I got so confused.
Yeah, I mean, I confused myself, if anything. Anyway, back into this one. Thanks, guys, as we do sort that issue out that I said caused by me. I think I left my brain on Alpha. I've came back over to Bravo and just brought my body. At this point, though, Luminosity doing a great job holding this one down. Main Street seems to be in their control, saying that the kills do come in from Ghost Gaming. They're going to try and push around the back here. Lacefield makes one. Is he going to be able to the second as well? He's gotten bullets in there. GodRx gets a kill on the Slag, and suddenly Octane in a position where he goes down. John and JCap there to try and clean things up. He's just given enough time. That's what Octane did well there. You know, he's getting shots hitting him. He's the last guy alive there. He stays alive for as long as possible, just causing problems. Ghost Gaming can't really break. The rest of Luminosity come through and clean things up.
Most definitely doing, like you said, Octane just fine time for the most part. Things starting to pull away from Ghost Gaming slowly but surely. Luminosity right now 170 and rising to Ghost Gaming's 116. As you go over here towards the warehouse, it will be Ghost Gaming rotating early. Mox in a position where the SDG is going to be met by JCap, who has a PPSH out. He will be that third submachine gun player for Luminosity when it does come down to these maps. They allow Octane to just kind of stay into his rhythm that he has with the assault rifle. Is exactly what you want to see. And a map like London Docks as well, JCap 16 and 20, has a minute 5 in hill time. He's holding his own as well, which is probably what a lot of people, when they look at this map, they think, oh, JCap with the PPSH, what's he going to be able to do? There's some times where he does really bad in this, or sometimes where he's just, just does what he needs to, and there's sometimes where he has like one of those breakout games out of the blue. And right now, it's just an all-around team effort coming in from LG. That is why they've been able to come back into this game, and not only come back, but put a big, big stamp on what looks like it could be a Luminosity win going into barrels. You know,
ever since the first two hardpoints, I mean, we went to Statue and we went to Main Road. Ghost Gaming have only picked up 60 points since then. Luminosity picking up the rest. So, I mean, we're seeing how well Luminosity have been doing, and maybe just taking a little bit of while to get warmed up. JCap and John combining together, and I think one of the conclusions we've come to from Luminosity, the whole squad's consistent, aren't they? I mean, we talked about John consistent, JCap consistent, Slack puts up the numbers when he needs to, Octane, we know what we're going to get from Sam. So, on board with here with John as Luminosity within touching distance once again, and it could end here at barrels, 230 to 130. And Ghost Gaming are staring down the barrel here. Luminosity looking to take map number 1.
And if you're GodRx right now, you just want to stay contesting this hill. We still have so much game time on the clock. You can see it up there, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So if you just keep contesting this, the main goal right now for Ghost Gaming is you can't let LG get any sort of points, but the relentless push through the front is finally going to go through. GodRx finds himself too. Pander's now going to be the next player inside of the hill. Still 20 seconds to play for. Luminosity can still win on this one, but Pander finds one. It's immediate trades going back and forth. GodRx, the next player to try to push inside, not going to be able to do so. Now, Luminosity cannot win off of this hill. They're going to have to rotate early, but if they get the rest of this time, all they need is about a second or 2 seconds to actually take the win.
Being contested well by Ghost Gaming, they are going to have to set up for Crane themselves. Octane takes down those final 2, and it's going to be 6 seconds. That's all that is needed by Luminosity to close this one out. Ghost Gaming are getting some points on the board, but they're around 100 points behind as John takes down Lacefield in fire with the pistol. Really good work from him. Going to push on through. Not going to get the second. The rest of the team trying to collapse in on Crane. No, Luminosity still within touching distance, and here come the streaks. Octane gets 1, make that 2 with the SMG. Nothing coming in with the streak from JCap, but it may just force them out enough. The final kill comes in. The spawns are there for Luminosity, and that is surely going to be map number 1 as the time does tick down. 2:49, 2:50. Luminosity take map number 1.
Like you said, as expected, Ghost Gaming Luminosity's first game of the day. They were able to catch him off guard just there with how quick they were able to come out with that fire tempo. Holding 45 seconds on statue right off the rip is something you don't see any team really do. Then when that transition going over towards the second hill as well, they were playing great. It's just those first two hills is really all Ghost Gaming. Then once we got to third, fourth, and then into that fifth, that's when LG started to become a little bit more consistent. They start to string things together. You're getting that slaying performance from JCap. You're having Octane get into the perfect positions that he needs to be in. Just overall, there was times where they're just saying, you know what, John, go fight this 1v1 in fire. We trust you. And that's the thing, too, is that's the gas John needs, right? I mean, he's not a guy who really gets hyped up, but that just shows how much confidence LG has just to say, you know what, instead of double pushing this and playing for a trade, we trust you enough to go in there and at least try to take out two people. And it worked out time and time again, the amount of times. And when you have players of that skill set, it allows you to do that. That's what makes them so great.
In LG are one of these teams, you don't necessarily see them have to feed off hype. You know, you've got your Claysters, which, you know, they get, if he can get United hyped up, then they're a great squad. You know, you've got your Red Reserve and your Splicers, who you expect to, you know, if they got that fire, then they can really cause damage. LG are just one of these calm, collected, we know what we do, we base our results off our skill and our teamwork. They did that there. They didn't really need it. I mean, it took them a minute or so to get firing, and after that point, it was lights out. They really dominated that game from the final few minutes. Really good work by LG. They take that first map 250 to 1 to 5-1. Coming up next, Ardennes for a Search and Destroy. We know how proficient LG can be on this map as well. I've seen Ghost Gaming go up against TK on these exact two maps, actually. The Ghost didn't look too bad, actually, on Ardennes S&D, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do here. I said I feel as if they got pretty unlucky. I think it was Lacefield was 50. The situation was he was 50 off streaks. They were in like a 4 versus 1. He was going to plant the bomb. If he planted that bomb, he gets nearly fully streaked out. The final kill then comes in as he's literally a millisecond away from planting that bomb. He doesn't get the streaks. They go on to lose that game. He doesn't get those streaks at all. Unfortunate from them in that position, but you know, if they get any further with that, they could possibly do something. They've shown caliber on this map. If they can do something potentially here against LG and try and force a 4th, 5th map, you know, we can maybe see them cause a problem in this series. But for me, LG looking confident.
Yeah, it's just one of those things too with this Ghost Gaming team is you have that core of Lacefield and Mox that's stuck around since Dallas. There's a whole situation, I think it was actually before NOLA or after NOLA, where they're like, oh no, we're dropping Mox, we're dropping Lacefield, and we're keeping Spacely and Llama God. Oh no, now we drop Spacely and Llama God, let's bring back Mox. So there's a whole situation that came down with it. And with this roster, it was a big question for me just seeing their performances online. They weren't looking too great, at least in the national circuit. The Pro League Challenge and the 2Ks, all of a sudden, like they went God mode. But in the national circuit, there was always something that went wrong for them. The team chemistry didn't look like it was all there. Honestly, coming to this one, Ghost Gaming, I knew they were in the open bracket. I think they could have made a run, but to make pool play, it was a long shot for me. I thought there was a few other teams that would have been able to get there instead of that one. And just in Search and Destroy, we go back and look at Ghost Gaming's history. We know have the coach in Skull. There are guys who have the playbook, quote unquote, which we saw them pull out in Dallas and wasn't able to do anything with it. But just by the way that they're playing the Search and Destroy, it doesn't seem as that they're just dedicating everything to strats. They're just allowing them to go through, maybe just get a call what bomb set we're going to go to and hold your position instead of, okay, let's just try to get this strategy going down, because you think too much into that, you get yourself in a situation you've never encountered, the round's a complete toss-up from that point on. Absolutely.
I think the biggest thing about this whole roster mania that Ghost actually had was keeping hold of Mox. I think that was a sensational bit of business from them, if anything, and he's really been the catalyst for them to get this far. But Lacefield's had good games, GodRx's had good games, but it just feels as if in this pool they are caught a little bit out of their depth. Anyway, first kill does come in. It is actually going to be Octane taking down Lacefield and Panda, and it was JCap, John, who took down Lacefield. But either way, there's only one member of Ghost Gaming left, and he's in a pretty sticky situation. Slacker's going to get that bomb down. Mox in a 1 versus 3. He's got a defuse as well, looking pretty bleak.
This definitely is. Only 40 seconds to work with your Mox, because he's going to try to go here towards the middle map. JCap's going to be prone, pre-aiming this one, goes for the re-challenge. Not going to be able to take him out. Goes for a re-challenge again on Mox. Shots are going to be traded by both players. Just holding down his sight, goes ahead for the push. Not going to be a fan of using the machine pistol in this one. He puts the long barrel onto the pistol of his choice. It's something, it's from close range. I don't remember if it's a 2-shot kill or just a 3-shot kill, but with the long barrel attachment onto it, I think it actually makes it a 2-shot. If you're very, very close, though. You can't be anything super far from that range, from yellow barrels into the end of that truck. It's not really going to do a whole lot for you as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a question of what do you want from it. Do you want something that Are you not as accurate with this? Do you need more bullets, or do you need something that can potentially do something at a better range? I think it's probably the right choice on this one. Steady aim out on Mox for that one. Shouts from the crowd. I do believe we have none other than Optic Gaming playing on Alpha right now, but here on Bravo, Luminosity against Ghost Gaming. Luminosity looking good in the Search and Destroy, looking good in the series. They're 1-0 up. Mox is just about going to get away with his life there. Say it, I speak again. John takes down Mox. It's now a 4 versus 2 situation, and LG just playing the numbers fantastically. Octane cleans things up 2-0, looking very, very good for LG here.
Yeah, I mean, this is why they picked the map as well. I mean, it's Luminosity's bread and butter. They're going up against Ghost Gaming on this one. Has Ghost Gaming done their homework? It's what Luminosity does, but it's just going back to one of those things. It's something brought up time and time again, especially on Saturdays when you bring the open bracket teams in, tempo of how the game is playing.
Yeah.
The professional teams that are in the pool play have this experience, dictate everything. Right now you saw an LG in the first offensive round, they went straight up middle map. They brought the aggression to them. Same thing there on defense as well. They're putting Ghost Game with their backs against the wall. That's what you want to see. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if Luminosity just keeps this up and doesn't slow anything down in this match.
Well, on with Octane now, and it seems as if he's trying to bait something out at A here. I think the smokes must have went over. Mox gets caught with his pants down though in the middle of nowhere. Octane putting a lot of bullets in towards Cabin, and suddenly LG snap onto Ghost Gaming, and that bomb will surely go down. It's now a 3 versus 2. Luminosity have never been in a position where they're not up on numbers, apart from when it's 4v4 at the beginning of the rounds. Really good work by them. As soon as they get the pick, they move, they eliminate Ghost Gaming. Lacefield not in a terrible position. Good shots in there, but with a PPSH, it's not just going to do enough damage. Octane, no doubt, going to have an STG in his hands as well. Slacked, going to take down Panda. Lacefield in a world of hell right now. 1 versus 3. No chance of pulling this one off. Luminosity are going to put 3 on the board here. Looking so strong in this S&D.
And this round, that round could have been completely different if you literally just switch Pander and then Lacefield's weapons. I mean, you have the SDG attacking from bunker, would have helped out greatly, and then have Lacefield at the back with the PPSH over there towards cabin.
Yeah.
It would have 100% been possible. When you have a PPSH and you're trying to just aim down those sights on players who you know are going to have an STG right around there, 3 players is enough to lock down the A site and feel comfortable with it. So it's just unfortunate Lacefield with the PPSH trying to attack from that side. You want to try to see him get into a better situation with that PPSH. Push middle map, try to retake from cabin, or at least try to join your teammate and then go for a 2-hit towards that back creep side. But Luminosity, another round on the board. Smokes are now going to be out, but they does favor Luminosity 3-0.
Looking strong from them. Octane is the guy that's going to have to do something in and around this bomb site, and you wouldn't put it past him. 4-0 from him, and he's just going to give up that B site. I think he spotted 1, and as you can see, LG moving over. The streak coming in, though. Do Ghost Gaming have Mountain on? Doesn't seem like any of them do, although saying that, all that's going to do is force them back towards Bell, and Lacefield gets killed, as does God RX. It's the first time that Luminosity have been questioned, and Octane so close to streaks is just going to drop off. Really good decision on his part, I feel. Looking maybe for the pick onto Panda from the back. Slacked. It's going to struggle here. I think they're probably just going to try and play for picks. We can see how close Slacked is actually to the glide bomb and the mortar also. So smart decision on LG's part.
Right now it's just, you just play your life. I mean, for the most part, you're really just looking over towards Octane with his streak progression. Try to catch the players as they're running out. That's why I see him getting aggressive here over towards his heady. Now he spots God RX. He's able to get this one. At least even tried to get an assist. Something could come from it, but Octane just going to go ahead, play his life back here. Luminosity, you go ahead, you give them the round. You know nobody's going to get it, and some crispy shots coming in there from Octane. He's able to get the glide bomb, the fighter power as well. And even though you lose the round, you still take the W for getting those streaks. Yeah,
it's sort of one of those situations where you want to count your chickens, don't you? It's a case of, yeah, that's a saying. That's a saying. Don't look at me like you were born in England. How do you not know any of these things that I say?
I don't like chickens.
You don't like chicken?
I love chicken. I love Chick-fil-A. But anyway, getting right back into this game. We'll see if Luminosity might decide to go through this one. There's somebody running.
Food brands are available.
There is somebody running right now with Expeditionary. That's going to be Pander. So that's why you saw Octane get hit with that stun going over top. They didn't really do too much. Slacked has also picked up a glide bomb for himself. With Luminosity shooting up with this utility, there's no way that they really should throw this Search and Destroy away. 3 streaks to work with. They do find themselves down in the man count right here. Slacked is able to cross over to the bomb. Pander did spot him. Shots do go down. None are going to connect from either side.
He wants to get control of this infer the Ruins part there, but he's going to actually just drop back off, and the pinch is actually going to come in for Ghost Gaming. That's going to spell trouble for Luminosity. This could be 2 rounds in a row. Octane eventually does go down 5-1. He's going to end up being Slacked is so close to his Mortar Strike now, 10 points away. Okay, well, Ghost Gaming have decided to do the whole S&D stick together. Makes sense. I mean, I think they do very well to lose this round from this point. Sticking together, and now they're just going to try and retake B. GodRx is the first one there. He's lined up by Slacked. He nearly gets the second as well. He's actually going to chase this down. Does have somebody else, and he's left to Ruins. Slacked in a 1 versus 3. So unfortunate. I think, you know, he got lucky timing to get past that guy that takes him out at the end. But unfortunately, that's his downfall, because Mox, when he gets past Slacked, is not going to expect him to be there. Wins the round eventually, but Ghost Gaming not making things that easy for themselves here.
Yeah, he was trying to go for the weapon switch too. I mean, I think he only had about 6 shots left. So either way, you'd have to kind of get the turn and hope that Mox misses every single shot. So Ghost Gaming was get around on the board, but Slack was able to get that Mortar Strike there as well. So Glide Bomb, Mortar Strike, another Fighter Pilot, and then another Glide Bomb as well. See the P08 in the hands of Mox, pushing over here towards his fire tank. It's going to be running Hunker. JCap's going to be the first player to contest him on that middle barrel. Slacked there for that immediate trade. And Luminosity getting aggressive, getting back into their groove here as they're picking up these kills. 2 players now left up. Lacefield trades out 1. GodRx Lacefield going up against John and Octane.
Well, John and Octane, that was a nice snap by GodRx onto John there. Did not miss a bullet. Now they have to make the decision. Do they go towards A? Or do they take the chances of B? Octane is well set up, and GodRx is going to spot him and tells his teammate, right, you go and plant that at A.
Yeah, it's the best play call to make, is that if you spot Octane up there with that, quickly just go to A, get that bomb down. Octane, no, trying to get the quick read now as he's going back. Lacefield does get that down. Looks like he might be going here towards the cabin cut. Lacefield now turns his sight back this way.
And if you're Octane here, do you use your streaks, or do you just go for the kills? He gets 1. Is he going to get the second as well? The weapon switch really doesn't help him out. Doesn't use his streaks, keeps that utility, but that's 3 rounds in a row for Ghost Gaming.
Panda's just sitting there smiling. He's like, oh, we're just playing LG, and it's tied up now.
Oh, yeah, guys, we're nearly there. I mean, at this point, we just still look at what the utility available is for LG, and know that they've got that in their back pocket. We're at 3-3, and as far as I'm aware, Ghost Gaming on closer, looking like they're going to get any streaks of their own. I don't think they have any. With that scoreline, there's no way, surely. Yeah, no, of course. Let you observe it.
We love you, Mike.
Paying attention. On board with Octane, though, still has 2 very, very prominent streaks available. But the B setup from Ghost Gaming isn't too bad. They do have some pressure over here, but Luminosity going to get as much as they want ground-wise. Octane calling streaks in. No mountain available for a couple of players there. Surely going to get it 1 at least. Good job, but damage has already been done. It's a 2 versus 3. So if Ghost Gaming can take this round, they could have wasted a streak. They've got the pinch coming in as well. And we can see they are backing off. Lacefield and Panda don't want to engage here because they know GodRx is coming in from behind. This could be bad for Luminosity Gaming. Takes Octane. Is he going to take JCap as well? The bullets just don't connect. They eventually do. Ghost Gaming with 4 rounds in a row.
2 defensive rounds in a row where Ghost Gaming has sent GodRx on that long flank. JCap was watching it until that glide bomb started coming into play. That's when he advanced on forward. They completely gave up the flank again. Some point now for LG, you're going to have somebody who's going to sit back there the entire time. But now it could be a little bit of a mind game. GodRx is like, you know what? I'm not going on the flank this time. I'm going to have you guys fight 3 versus 4 over here towards this B side as well. But Ghost Gaming, they now have a lead here in this search and destroy. We're sitting at 4-3 in a round count.
Yeah, and they get that round, and a streak is wasted by Octane. So I'll be interested. I can't remember if they had anything left, Slacked and Octane, but they are actually going to go towards this B site. They're trying to defend. GodRx is caught in the middle of nowhere and looking for the pinch. He just spots 1 and spots 2. Not a bad position to be in. He's caught a sneaky little angle on the Slack, takes him. He's not going to get Octane. Octane gets the hell out of there, and suddenly LG have to retake, and Ghost Gaming looking good for their 5th round in a row. GodRx is not far off streaks either. This could be bad for LG.
They still have a minute to work with here as well. Looks like they've just completely set up here for this B site. Now Fighter Pilot's going to be inbound. 1 player not running it, and it's going to actually make that 2. Just get some shots onto Mox. Not able to clean up the kill, but evens it up at 3 apiece. As now they're starting to get aggressive, trying to take back this B site. Octane finds 1. Octane finds 2. As now it's going to be Pander left up 1 versus 3. We'll see what they're going to do. He's wrapping back. 1 player's there on the fire tank. It's going to be JCap. You need to have your shots on point, but JCap makes him pay over there towards a fire tank.
And what I love about that fighter pilot coming in, it allows LG to regain control. So the kills come in, you only get one in the end, but it forces everybody to have to take cover. So LG can either post up and wait for them pushing, Ghost have to drop back, LG take control of the site, get the kills from there. Really good work by LG, using those streaks very effectively around on the board. Eventually, after 4 without contention from Ghost Gaming. This one is evenly poised in the Search and Destroy. Slacked still with 2 streaks. Octane should have nothing left now. Yeah, that was right. Next change with Slacked all the way through the middle of the map here. With the bomb as well. And not in a terrible position, but Ghost Gaming are set up quite nicely. Let's see who wins that gunfight over there. John is going to take down Lacefield, who was actually towards B. So Mox and GodRx have some defensive work to do. They're dancing inside that cabin. GodRx gets the first kill on Octane, and he is just about going to survive for a little bit longer than expected. Slacks takes down GodRx. Mox should be dead momentarily in this, so it's left to Panda to defend. In a 1 versus 2 now. Takes down John, but has it all to do.
And the bomb should be going down now, and it is. Slacked gets that one. JCap and Slacked trying to hold down this A site. Now, remember the situation we saw before with Lacefield and Panda in a 2 versus 2. It's Panda up by himself. He has an STG. He can try to play his range, but he can't miss any shots on JCap. That's one of the biggest things. As soon as he finds out that positioning, because you either miss shots or he just eats a couple, they're going to know you're over there. Then they can just kind of make these adjustments. But now Panda's coming around from the back. Timing at this point really needs to go in his favor. He gets some shots there. It's a Slack. He's going to be able to pick up the kill. JCap versus Panda. Tries to push out with the PPSH. Better move there by JCap to hold his sight over by the cabin wall. Luminosity Gaming. Match point.
JCap doesn't lose those. He doesn't lose those. King of the composure, some would say. Not many people really, but JCap winning that round. 5-4 up now. LG in the driving seat. Can they close this one out here?
See if they can. Slack has held on to the streaks for this moment to try to make something happen in round number 10. Glide Bomb, Mortar Strike would not surprise me if they completely just give up B. So if anything does go down over there, or player 1 Octane, if he's able to just get a read of, okay, there's a couple guys over here, they know the general area where to call that Glide Bomb. So now Octane's going to back up. When Slack can call in this Glide Bomb, he's going to be able to, but they're just being patient right now. As soon as Ghost Gaming cross, I don't know if Sam has a view over top of there, but now you're going to start to see, I believe the Mortar Strike's going to be pinged. It's going to be going over here onto B, so you see the complete spread going around. It might be able to catch one out. It's not. So that's 1 streak gone. Forces Ghost Gaming back for the time being, but 3 blue arrows have rotated to try to take this fight to retain that B site.
Slacked is going to move over to try and help his teammates out. And Ghost Gaming are thinking about getting out of there, and that should surely be at least 1 kill. Mox goes down, and this could be the opportunity for LG. Lacefield does answer back with 1 of his own. GodRx up top, takes down Slack. JCap did get a kill of his own, but GodRx gets a second as well. We could be going to round number 11. Octane left in a 1 versus 2 here. Panda is vulnerable there behind the bomb site, but the cover comes in. GodRx takes 4. Fantastic work by him. We're going round 11.
And now this is Ghost Gaming map to win. Just because they made Slack use those 2 streaks, and they're able to force the round 11 in this one. Everything is level. Let's get it round 11, Ton.
Let's get it, Dirk. Why are you looking at me floating with me on camera?
Whoa.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So see what they're going to be able to do. I don't know if this streak's available for anybody. I think Slack
uses...
He used this fighter pilot early, I believe. If we can swap over to Slack just real quick. Yeah, so no streaks, even playing field now. Round 11. To see if Ghost Gaming is going to be able to get at least 1 map off LG before we jump into the next respawn. Are they going to be able to do it? Same strategy from what we saw before. 1 player playing over towards Fire Tank, then you have the 3-back Bell. But now look at Luminosity. They're not laying back this time. They know they have no streaks to work with. They have top plat control. Ghost Gaming immediately gets a read, like, we cannot take off this STG on top plat. It's going to be so hard to do. We've already used all of our utility. We don't have any tacticals. We don't have any lethals. Let's wrap back, try to make something happen. John drops first blood to Mox.
John gets a little bit too aggressive there. The thing is with Ghost, they know they're getting shot up from mid-map. They know somebody's going to challenge. Fire cut. John is read like a book there, unfortunately, for LG. They're in a 3 versus 4 situation, and Ghost aren't in a terrible position to push A here. JCap goes down. Now this is definitely Ghost Gaming's game to lose. 2 versus 4. You have to retake A. The bomb is going down. 1 kill. Starts it off. Good start. GodRx going down. Slacked with the shots onto him. He does have Octane in hand here as well. If you need any ARs to try and break this setup, it's these two guys. Panda going to get away with his life there as well, though. Select, if you can make this kill, it may amount to something. Panda going to get the kill onto Octane as well. Ghost Gaming take map number 2 and level up the series.
What S&D. It looked like it was going to be LG. Ghost Gaming able to bounce back. We saw a little bit of back and forth there towards the end, but Ghost Gaming, they get the last laugh. Tie things up against Luminosity 1-1, and now we'll head into a CTF, which is going to be on London docks, and this pick is going to be coming in from LG.
LG don't look too concerned there, but at the same time, they won't want to be losing maps to Ghost Gaming. They want to be in a position where they can go as flawless as possible. But there you go, Ghost Gaming taking S&D back. You know, when I seen them play against TK, they didn't look too bad on that map. They proved that they can hang in with the big boys on that one. Arden Forest S&D, something to watch out for Ghost Gaming. They take that one though after a loss on the first map, moving into the CTF now. I still favor LG. I mean, I don't know how you can't.
Yeah, it's just one of those things too. It's again, this Ghost Gaming strategy seems to be, let's ban out these assault rifle maps. That's one of the biggest things. So they're saying Arden Force against Luminosity. We're gonna have to go up against Octane and JCat. Let's try to avoid it off that. Let's keep JCat running that PPSH role. So that's what their main plan is on this London Dock CTF, is try to get JCat to see if you can catch him in the off game with that submachine gun in his hand. And I believe that it was against Luminosity. They ended up banning out Flak Tower as well in this one. So yeah, London Docks being the last one for LG to pick. It's going to be a good one, I think. But guys, we're going to take a quick break. But when we do return, we will have map number 3 between Luminosity and Ghost Gaming. Don't go anywhere.
love for the crowds when they compete. You know, the lights and main stage, the hype and the intensity. I think it's a little bit more when it comes to an open event as compared to, you know, just a regular league match.
What's in beer?
Having the crowd behind you, hearing them get loud whenever you get on a kill streak or something like that. It's always the best feeling, whereas when we're at the league matches, it's just us and our team.
I think in Call of Duty, consistency is huge for like your overall team morale because, it's really, really easy to have like a huge, really good event and then easily fall off the next event because, maybe you just got lucky in a couple of matches. Will take our success from New Orleans into the Pro League shows that, we have a better understanding of the game than most teams.
I think everyone who watched New Orleans would say that we were definitely the better team in that series. Obviously, we didn't come out with the win.
One final hope. It's Slack. He's been spotted. He's been eliminated. And Team Caliber will go back to back.
All the maps we lost were by 1 point. We were winning the whole time. We beat ourselves.
Feels really good, bringing the confidence into this event as well. Hopefully we can repeat New Orleans but win this time.
Luminosity Gaming taking the first map in this series, but Ghost Gaming come back and level the series in S&D with a 6-5 victory. It's what we're expecting out of Ghost. They're bringing something a little bit extra, trying to do something here, but realistically, we thought LG would have a much more comfortable series than this one. We're moving to map number 3 now. It is going to be London Dock CTF, was that right?
I don't know, Ton, is it?
I don't know, is it?
Yes, it is.
Thank
It'll
you.
be London Dock CTF.
I'm glad I got that right, because this afternoon I think I've just lost full. I need a regain.
You can tell who the brains of the operation is. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that one, but let's go ahead and get a look at the maps and how we have gotten to this point. As Tom brought up at the beginning, when we came back from the break, 250 to 151 for LG. Search and Destroy went all the way down to that round 11 where Ghost Gaming was able to come out on top. Great Search and Destroy playing coming from them. As now we move back, going to the docks of London here for CTF between Luminosity and Ghost Gaming.
Well, let's get right into it. Panda starting off with a kill, and John just flies out of the sky. Taking 2 there. Panda goes down. This should be a pull. John just needed an extra bullet there, and he would have been home free. I feel JCap was there to cover. Picks up a second here, JCap. Has Panda in front of him. Shots go in, gets those the first initial kills here, and they're just setting up to try and get themselves in the position to pull.
You're starting to see now, I believe that it's going to be a double STG setup right off the rip here on London Dock CTF for the side for Hardpoint. You saw Luminosity run the 1 STG and the 3 PPSHs, and now John's going to be off to the races. It's going to be one person trying to cut him off there, but that's a nice little flag run. He had the right idea to go back towards his teammate, but Panda's able to get the nice shots in from behind. He takes out the player who was trying to be that lead blocker as well. Ghost Gaming hold on the defensive end, as now it's GodRx challenging Slack mid-map. He's going to go ahead and back up and wait for that teammate support.
Yeah, it just takes a really good player from Panda to disrupt Luminosity there. It was really good by Octane to turn that round. He realized the spawns weren't working in their favor, but in the end, really good work by Panda to clean things up. Lacefield trying to get a kid mid-map, and JCap has really had a strong start here for Luminosity, 7-2 out of him, but at this moment in time, they don't have much to show for it. With a minute and a half gone, GodRx here just trying to get something together for his team. They have mid-map control, but we can see JCap is very heavily pushed up. Has nobody else there to defend either, so he's going to try and push this one out. He should be dead very, very quickly. Here's Mox, comes back, cleans things up. That's going to allow LG to push out just a little bit. They're going to fight for mid-map control.
See Mox going to back up now to the dock side. Panda again finds himself 2 Quills back-to-back. Kills. Same difference. Mox is now going to be on the lower docks of the STG, trying to pick off any of the players from LG, trying to come down towards the site. JCap fires some shots. Now his position is going to be known. And that's the biggest thing, too. Here on London Dock CTF, you need this fire control. If Ghost Gaming is able to keep a player in here at all times who's going to be able to get anybody trying to peek out from the side of LG, things are going to look good for them. But JCap, he's going to be able to find 2 kills here on the defensive lane. Lacefield gets the quick pick there onto the flag. So it's going to be Pander, but now he's going to be leading the charge. John needs to go big here, get some shots into the flag carrier. He's going to be completely weak. John finishes that one off, but he's going to be picked right back up. Slack now going to be the next player. Dolphin dives, gets the return, also finds the kill.
I love that from John. He knows he's getting shot from his right-hand side. Just looks to pick the flag carrier. Octane's coming in. Sorry, Slack in the end. Picks things up. Octane we're on board with now. As LG assert their dominance on the map once again. Lacefield catches him off guard though. Octane does go down, and they will get away with their lives here, but still 0-0 in this game so far. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Slack's doing okay there.
Hey, Aqua joined.
Yeah, man, he hasn't teamed with any of these guys for a long time, has he? Aqua on the Echo Fox squad, of course, who are not having a sensational event, but at the same time not doing terribly. Same time back in this one though, Ghost Gaming 1-1 between themselves and Luminosity here. It seems as if I mean, Luminosity have had more chances. I'd say Ghost Gaming have had the better chance to get a flag cap here, but both these teams cancelling each other out here, a minute and a half to go.
It's the biggest thing too is that when you're trying to get set up for a relay here, if you have Octane playing on that back heady on the firebox, it's going to be so hard. You take Octane out of the equation, things can start to look up for you right here, but now you're allowing Luminosity to get too many kills. They're pushing all the way through, and the right idea though for Ghost Gaming, to get somebody positioned into fire, to try to have somebody over there towards Crane Stairs and actually on the Crane box to try to get anybody pushing out. But Luminosity, they're keeping composure, they're not collapsing, they're winning their engagements, and now they look to try to make Ghost Gaming pay here. GodRx gets the first opening kill, finds JCap there as well. Ghost Gaming starting to fly across the map to gain that control again, spots Octane in the distance, and smart play by GodRx to not try to go hand to hand with the STG with Octane.
I mean, every single time Luminosity get themselves into barrels, they don't seem to get anything for it. They just shut down every single time. I would say, you know, the map control has mostly been leaning towards them throughout this, but they haven't done anything with it. Now, 4 members of Ghost Gaming are down. JCap going to try and pull. He's going to get shot in the back. He's going to get away, and that should be our first flag of the game with 30 seconds left to go in this first half. Now, what Ghost Gaming need to do is make sure that they don't get relayed here. They need to regain control of their side of the half, and then they need to move forward and try and get control of the map. Kill's going to come in. Lacefield's going to catch GodRx, though. I think that couldn't have really been avoided, but Panda cleans up on John. Slacker's got something to say, though. Panda gets another one in the middle of the map before JCap cleans him up. This could be another pull. It seems as if Ghost Gaming are just about going to respawn in time. JCap should be dead, and he is. That's going to be the half at 1-0 to Luminosity.
It was really back and forth, and like we said, with the amount of times that Ghost Gaming was able to find themselves in the proper position, but they just allowed Luminosity to get control back of their base so much it was going to come back to bite them, and it did right there after that last sequence. They pushed up into barrels, they got the kills they needed, they got the flag out, and then right there they could have almost made it 2. I don't think they communicated with Slack just to say, hey, somebody just popped up on the respawn into back Cole. So his only goal in mind was just to get that guy towards ramp, thinking he can get another pull out. When that person came up, kind of the saving grace for Ghost Gaming to make sure it wasn't going to be a 2-0 for Luminosity in that first half, as now we jump into the second half here in this one. See how Ghost Gaming bounce back.
See if they can. GodRx had a couple of okay moments, but overall his performance not sensational. Good start here though, takes down John. Moving forward, trying to get some control, but once again, LG just holding fast. JCap and Slacked doing the business in the map, and GodRx jumping down, trying to get some control. Once again, he's always going to get caught off guard there as they push forward, and this could be bad now for Ghost Gaming if they can get set up here, and Ghost keep getting pushed out. If they can get some streaks going, Luminosity could just take charge of this game. Slack takes down Lacefield. Shot's going to go back in from Panda. Good defensive work. GodRx and Morks getting the kills where they need to. Panda chips in as well, and GodRx takes down JCap. Good defensive hold by Ghost Gaming.
And LG, same thing, trying to do exactly what Ghost Gaming did in that last round. I do feel like LG had the proper setup in mind with having the person on the stairs. That's something Ghost Gaming never really went for. They just tried to stack fire, then have somebody over there towards that Crane side. Now it's going to be Ghost Gaming trying to go on the counter attack here. Slack going to back up in towards barrels. One player to sneak by. He's going to be able to spot that one out. Gets the kill there on Panda. Immediate trade flag is now going to be off to the races, going through the middle map. John will be the first player to try to get the stop here. Lacefield dives. He's going to be tagged up. No kill to come from it yet. Stun comes in. Not going to do anything. Gets the nice shot there to GodRx. But the immediate trade. Mox is there for support. But Octane, he somehow found a way to get through to this side. Big kill by Pander. That secures the flag for Ghost Gaming, tied up at 1 apiece.
Absolutely deletes him. Panda, fantastic play by him. Just every once in a while, 2 pieces just seem to be coming in from him, and good work by Ghost Gaming. They've got themselves back into this game 1-1 now. John on an 8-14. We said his consistency is a big factor in his gameplay at this moment in time. Not having the best of games, you would expect this being an SMG heavy map that he would really, you know, sort of shine in it, but currently no.
Oh my God! Octane is never really one to shoot bodies, but he just shot it, rightfully so. That was the snapperoonie of Zeus from Octane.
That was just a...
That Twitch chat's going crazy. I'm telling you, like, you can just sit there and you look at some of these plays, you're like, ah, that's going to be a Twitch clip. Oh, that's going to be a Reddit thread within the next couple of hours or something like that too. But rightfully so. It was a great I mean, it wasn't really a play, but just the way that Octane was able to get that reaction and snap back on. But as that whole sequence went on, you see John, he's having a bit of a slow game, finds 2 kills there to halt off the push for the time being. He does fall, but look where Luminosity's spawning. They're trying to cut this one off at mid-map. They're going to be able to get that one easy, crispy shots from JCap. He's taken out from behind. Another immediate trade coming in there from Octane as well. They should be able to get the touch on the flag and get that one home. As you see, player 6 Slacked going to go ahead and do just that. We're about to approach the 2-minute warning here in the capture the flag, still tied up at 1-0.
Let's see if Luminosity can push on here. They've got control where they need to. Octane gets the first kill, gets taken down by Mox, and uncharacteristically missing some shots that you would not expect. Mox having a really good time down outside in Warehouse though. 3 go down, and now it's going to be an opportunity with 2 minutes to go for Ghost Gaming to post up and try and get something from this map.
See Mox with the SCG down here trying to get any sort of crossfire. He will be met by Octane. AR battle going down. Old against Young, and Octane comes out on top of that one. See Lacefield and crew 2 versus 2 now. They push on to try to get a touch on that flag to try to pull it back out. GodRx finds one. Stun's going to go out to try to tag up JCap. The players from LG aren't spawning back Cole, but now with GodRx's position, I'm curious to see where this next player is going to spawn up from. He does get the spawn on Cole, so it just means immediate defense coming from Luminosity. You look at Slack. He's inside fire. He's able to find 1 kill there. 1 more to worry about. It's going to be Lacefield. He loses the gunfight. He comes out on top. Nice defensive play coming in there from Lace.
You know what I really like about that play from GodRx staying alive?
What?
You know, he pushes and stays. He really put me off at a good point. He stays alive, and that means Luminosity can't get as much control as they want. They clean out 3 on the defense. Initially, what you would see from there is they just push on forward really, really strong, get control, maybe do something about a flag. But because GodRx stays alive, he's another factor in their minds that they have to do something. They have to take him down before they move forward, slowing down the push. But now Luminosity have cleared everybody out. Now they're on fire, trying to do something here. Ghost Gaming looking for the defensive hold. Not going to happen. Slack takes down GodRx. Lacefield taking down John. He's going to be on the chase. But look at number 4 on your map. That's going to be Panda pulling things away. Is there going to be anybody there to help him, though? Octane needs to win this gunfight against Mox. He does so, and suddenly Panda is in a bad position to try and get away. Octane takes him down. It's going to be down to GodRx to try and do something here. Takes down Octane. Not going to take down JCap. That flag's going to be returned. 15 seconds to go. LG make this 2-1, and they just turn it on when they need to. It doesn't look like anybody from Ghost Gaming's in a position to touch the flag. Luminosity are 1 map away from winning this series.
And you question that last play by Pander. You know he's by himself. You have a PPSH. You get the call that Octane had just taken out one of your teammates right there. Why would you go to challenge an AR like Octane with a PPSH from there? All you have to do is take the Dolphin Dive into Lights, play your life. You have a teammate coming for that support. If he gets the stun off and it wastes that much time, you're able to get through to go to the double-decker right there at the very end. I'm not saying Panda really cost them the game because we don't know what the situation would have been, but they would have been able to force that stalemate. The extra time would have kicked in, and from there, it's really who's going to get lucky and catch a team slipping and getting those kills. With Luminosity, they keep their composure, and thanks to Mr. Sam Octane LaRue, they're able to win, and they're just 1 map away now from taking the series.
You know, Rich Campbell sitting in the green room there, just like, oh, your boy LaRue is shredding right now. Just like that. I thought that wasn't too bad.
My Scraps impression was better than that.
No, it was not. Your Scraps impression was Scottish. He is from Manchester, which is only about an hour away from Birmingham, which is our next event here at the CWL. You love that plug. Anyway, we're going
transition.
to you like that. Anyway, we're going to move over to the maps that are remaining. Could only be 1 more. Could be 2. St. Marie Dumont Hardpoint coming up. This is over. This is over for me. Surely now. St. Marie, you think Octane on here, the rotations, the AR battles that they have to win, the SMG strength. You look at what happened in the first map, London Docks Hardpoint. No question. This is LG now. All LG. I'm Rich Campbell for this game.
Yeah, and this is one of those things too where it's that with that Valkyrie ban, you put yourself in a very weird situation if you're Ghost Gaming. You're trying to get the AR maps out of this. Valkyrie would have been their pick too. They would have rather played Valkyrie here for this map number 4, but Luminosity taken out, you're forced to play at least 1 AR every map going into this one. So now you go into St. Marie Dumont. This is where you're going to really be relying on Pander. You're going to be relying on Mox to try to go toe-to-toe with Octane and JCap into this. I want to give you a situation. I'm putting you in the hot seat.
Go for it.
If Ghost Gaming wins this one, do they win London Docks Search and Destroy and take the series?
Maybe.
That's a yes or no. That's what I need. I don't need a maybe.
I'm going to say probably still no. I just think irrelevant of maps, irrelevant of game modes, irrelevant of situations and who's won previous maps, LG, 9 times out of 10, I say they win every single map against Gold Gaming.
And that's the thing, too, is like the first Hardpoint, 251-51, not the biggest deficit, to be completely honest.
Comfortable.
And they played him good at the start. The Search and Destroy separated by just 1 round. The CTF separated on 1 cap. Ghost Gaming has given LG a complete run for their money here, too. But now in the Hardpoint, we have LG. They've been able to warm up over these past couple games into map number 4, going back to Hardpoint, which has always been, when you see any team that's had Octane, Slacked, anything like that, they've always been, even going into last year into the Pro League, they're always a team that's on top in those respawn game types. No matter if it's CTF, Hardpoint, they're great at it. And that comes down to the player in Octane, what he's able to do, the positioning he's able to get his team in. And we have to think that interesting statistic that posts, Luminosity has the 1, 2, 3 assist leaders in the entire Pro League. So that means it makes Octane's life a lot easier, because once he gets into a position, those guys are already doing damage. He just has to tag up a few shots and they're dead as well. That's the perfect definition of teamwork. They have a bunch of Rajon Rondos on their team. You don't know who that is. I don't expect you to know who it is, but any basketball fans will know Classic Celtics Rondo was an assist god, and that is what you have on this side. Kicking off map number 4, Luminosity, Ghost Gaming. 1 map away is Luminosity from taking this series.
And they've had a really good start here. Restaurant's one of those ones where it's not so much that middle headbutting each other Hardpoint, is it? It can actually be locked down by teams, and LG have had a fantastic start here. They've done a really good job at locking it down. Mox does get the kill on the John, and maybe something from GodRx here can start something for Ghost Gaming to get some points on the board. Takes down JCap, is going to get those points on the board for Ghost Gaming, but crucially, Luminosity, as we go towards Winery, have decided the map that they want to control. Slacked is going to have another little look here in Restaurant. He wants to eat some Ghost Gaming players. Does take down... why are you laughing? Come on, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Anyway, they are going to get those final few points, but after that, they do lose the spawns towards Winery. As Ghost Gaming take control.
Yeah, Luminosity did a good job of overextending, pushing out those spawns to try to get that back control, but Ghost Gaming comes right back at him. They're able to break the setup. GodRx able to find 2 there after rotation, finds himself the 3rd there on John as well. 1 more to worry about. Shots are going to be tagged up. JCap gets the turn, taking the PPSH fight from range. When JCap has the STG, not going to be the smartest of things, but Ghost Gaming still holding on strong here in towards Winery. Pander's going to be the player inside the hill. Slow start for him, sitting at 0-3, but has 37 seconds of hill time. But GodRx, he's heating up here a little bit. Octane's going to be able to come through with John and JCap. Luminosity trying to go for one last push here towards Winery. They're not going to be able to get it. Ghost Gaming holding on strong. LG rotating early.
Well, there you go. I mean, Luminosity picking up 30 of their 37 points off Restaurant. And then since then, Ghost Gaming all in control. Luminosity obviously going to rotate early, and by the time this comes around, Ghost Gaming have about 64 points. By the time they make it over to parking lot, Luminosity will have some of their own as well. Luminosity controlling the map from the middle as well. They're getting very aggressive stance here. They've had plenty of time to set up. My only criticism, they don't have anybody towards barn, but we can see that Slacked is moving in that direction now. Just trying to control the mid-map though, so really good work from them as we do eventually move over towards parking lot. Luminosity getting more points on the board, but the stack in middle from Ghost Gaming. They're looking to get control here themselves. No kills coming in quite yet. Slacked has some heavy work to do here. Picks 1, not going to get the second. Mox is going to take him down, so traded away. Not too bad from Ghost Gaming here, but we can see where Luminosity is spawning here at the back. They're going to be able to defend very, very quickly. JCap has spawned out though. It's going to be John there, the only guy left alive. They do spawn at Bond, but they're cleared out by Ghost Gaming. A much better hardpoint start from them this time around.
Yeah, Panner needs to back up a little bit, then I also need somebody to go to middle map to completely block off that spawn and send Luminosity across that way. But Lacefield, he's blocking off that back ammo spawn, so it's going to put them in that closest area, but they're trying to get to this next hill, going for a pinch here to try to make something happen. Kill does go down. Octane and JCap working together in this one. You see a complete spread across your mini-map to get a hold on this. And they could start things off with isolating John here in this 2 versus 4. John's going to be able to find one. Trade comes around. He gets the nade off. Kills Mox there. Huge play by John to hold down this barn side. This forces Ghost Gaming onto that top right side of your mini-map. Now they have an option. Do we flood arches or do we go to the middle cut? We'll see what they do here. GodRx is going to be leading the charge for Ghost Gaming.
JCap getting aggressive down Archer's side is going to be dead very, very quickly. Mox takes him down. Nobody inside the hard point right now for Luminosity, but they have the control that they need. GodRx is down. Octane doesn't miss those shots. He doesn't miss them either. Takes down Lacefield. Really good work from Octane setting up shop here, and you do not want to go in this man's crosshairs. at this moment in time. 10 and 8 from him. JCap holding down the Archer side. Mox again having a little bit of a look with that STG. John goes down. JCap trades that one out, and as we move towards Restaurant, Ghost Gaming set up nicely here. Lacefield catches JCap slipping, and Slack needs to do some work here on Mox, who gets plenty of bullets in. John's there to trade things up, but GodRx is there to trade right back. 15 and 9 from him, and Ghost looking to do what LG did in that first rotation of Restaurant and pick up plenty of points here. They may be able to do it. A couple of kills coming in from GodRx. That's a 3, make that nearly a 4-streak. Slack answers back. Mox there to try and do damage himself, and LG are just about going to force Ghost Gaming out the Restaurant.
And the thing about this map too, I mean, when we look at Dallas, when we look at NOLA, there's always that conversation of like, wow, it's so hard for some machine gun players to really get going on this map. People thought it was more of an AR heavy. You're seeing a 1 STG, 3 PPSH setup coming from both sides here in this too, so you're seeing how the meta just has shifted in this one. It's working out. Luminosity right now doing an excellent job. You have Slacked. He's currently sitting at 18 and 8, leading all Slayers in this match. And GodRx, he's doing everything he can to try to get these initial kills going to the hill, getting the kills off the rotation. GodRx has been the player mainly flanking for the side of Ghost Gaming 2 to try to break some setups. Both teams have passed 100 points. Ghost Gaming now, something they do an excellent job of is trying to isolate and block out these spawns. Right now they're focusing on back ammo, but you start to see one player is going to be there. That's going to be Octane, pre-aiming down his sights, but Mox does finally get the better of him, but they're spawning right on top. Now every kill that they get, they should spawn out. You start to see John, he's all the way down there by the radio tower, but LG, they hold on true. Octane and JCap working back to back to get this one, but Ghost Gaming, they're still inside the hill, they're soaking up the time, but here comes LaRue, he falls, JCap and crew back inside.
Yeah, they're back inside, but you know, I don't like that initial play from Slack. He got fully streaked out and calls in the glide bomb when they have full control. They don't get a kill off it. In my opinion, maybe not the smartest time to use it, but at the same time, Luminosity's still in control of this game. They're holding down Winery and have done for the majority of the time as well. Ghost Gaming got close, but not close enough with 16 seconds left to go. Ghost are gonna set themselves up for parking lot and should be able to hold this down. LG are on their way. 2 kills go their favor though. Lacefield's got an important job to do. He is trying to stay alive as long as possible. Panda answers back with a kill on the Slack, so good work by Ghost Gaming, but is it enough to hold down parking lot? The kills come in down the right-hand side. JCap just absolutely destroys Lacefield at the back barn here, so the pinch can come in. JCap may take his time. If he can get this kill on the Lacefield, they can then move, but here comes the mortar strike. That's going to force Ghost Gaming out. LG looking to pinch.
So what they're going to be able to do now, JCap's still staying alive. He's going to be able to increase his streak to about 3. LG completely take over. Deja vu to the first hardpoint. Ghost Gaming played Luminosity so close, but as the game starts to go on, we got into our second set of rotations. Ghost Gaming slowly starts to fall apart, and LG just gets stronger and better, aging like fine wine. GodRx, the next player over here towards this blue fence. He's going to be taken out there by the hands of John. Slack doing everything he can to stay alive. Now the aggression is going to be put forward. Pander trying to go through that middle cut, not going to get anything from that. Lacefield gets the kill there on Slacked in the hill, and now it's a 1 versus 1 to fight for these 9 seconds. JCap pushes for the scraps. He gets that kill. Also gets the points from there, so 300 away from streaks is he, but LG slowly starting to run away with this one.
Yeah, and they've got streaks available to them as well. They could well win it here off Lookout Post. I don't think they'll be able to, especially if John's going to put a sticky straight on Slack's head. Anyway, John trying to do some work to redeem himself here. Mox does take him down, so not going to be as easy as Luminosity thought here. Ghost Gaming within around a rotation worth of points behind Luminosity here, and they've done very, very well to hold Lookout Post. They're going to get some control here. They've got somebody mid-map holding the cuts as well. Lacefield could do damage from here, and LG going to call in the streaks. Here we go. The fighter pilot's going to come in and get absolutely nothing as Panda takes 2 as well. Really good work from Panda. Picks up his 3rd. Fantastic work by Ghost Gaming. They're crawling themselves back into this game here, Dirk.
Something out of a Michael Bay movie. Pander getting some shots raining down from the heavens, was still able to come out with the kills in that one, going big. 4 kill streak for him. He falls, and I was just about to say, if you're able to get him to play first streaks, you can make the comeback in this. We've seen some crazy games on St. Marie Dumont Hardpoint. We're looking to try to see one now. Luminosity get the first touch in what is our 3rd set of rotations. They have passed that 200-point mark, and now this is where it gets scary for Ghost Gaming. You can't be letting them get the scraps. You need to play for every single second from this point on. Lacefield gets 1 kill on the back, gets the 2nd there. He gets the streaks too. This could be the game-changing play. He needs to go big there. Octane comes in, gets those kills. GodRx though trying to follow this one up with a trade. He takes out Octane, but now it's just a whole lot of back and forth action. And if you are Ghost Gaming, you have forced it into that 2nd set of rotations. You have streaks to work with. that can ultimately decide the match.
It can indeed, and the thing is, Ghost can stick around here on Restaurant. They need to because they're so far behind, but the kills come in. It's going to be all Luminosity lighting up that kill feed. Suddenly Ghost are spawning way back. They all line up for Slack. They can't put enough damage in to take anybody, but John cleans things up. They're going to get all the kills here. John picks 3 of his own. Is very close to being fully streaked out. The glide bomb and fighter pilot is available. Going to pick up the final 2 seconds here, and suddenly everything rains down. Octane takes 3 members of Ghost Gaming. They couldn't be further away from the hardpoint. Luminosity 246 rising. It's going to be 250. They're going to take this series 3-1 against Ghost Gaming.
Yeah, I try to find some positive for Ghost Gaming. They're getting no streaks, but I really didn't know John had streaks. And that was one of the biggest things, because at the time, Restaurant was still kind of bouncing back and forth, but you start to see Luminosity getting aggressive, pushing those players down into their spawn, go with that flawless hold over towards Restaurant, then they go over to Winery, where they ultimately just win the game. But LG, I mean, we expected them to win this series. It got a little